With San Francisco wrapping up minicamp, one of the most intriguing players head into this training camp period where pads will finally come on is Drew Moss, the offensive guard out of Colorado State. According to PFF, he earned an overall grade of 90.5 last season, which was good for him to be the second highest graded offensive guard across the entire nation. On top of that, while he's not the biggest offensive lineman, coming in at 6'3", weighing 303 pounds, he's a perfect fit athletically speaking for Kyle Shanahan's offense. When you look at Moss's relative athleticism score, for instance, that takes into account his height, weight, as well as other measurables like his 40-yard dash, it comes in at 9.28 out of 10, which is considered elite. This means while Moss wouldn't be the best fit for a team that needed a power offensive lineman with a big body, he is a perfect fit for Kyle Shanahan's offense that requires guards to pull across the offensive line, make their way up to the second level, as well as set up screens. And while initially for San Francisco, he most likely will be better at his run blocking as he earned a run block grade of 92.5, I do think he's pretty efficient as a pass blocker as he earned a pass block efficiency rating of 98.8%. Specifically, I love how Moss is always looking for work in his pass protection. When either the tackle or center needs help, routinely you'll see Moss help them out like Pooney did last year for Colton McKivitz and Brindle, and that's a big reason why I think both of them improved a little bit in their pass protection. Pooney was a major plus. In a similar way, I saw Moss routinely helping out his Colorado center and tackle during his time there. So given how high I am on the undrafted free agent Drew Moss out of Colorado State, this is the perfect opportunity to examine the reasons why he will make San Francisco's 53-man roster as a rookie, as well as the reasons why he may not. But initially starting out with the reasons why he potentially can make San Francisco's roster is his savviness he offers the team. He started 47 games over the course of his 4-year collegiate career, so he really brings that durability and consistency you desire out of an offensive lineman. And while I do think Moss is most naturally a guard at the NFL level, he does offer some versatility as he played tackle during his collegiate days, and it would be really interesting to see if he could learn center and potentially replace Jake Brindle. Because if you do recall, like Moss, Brindle was an undrafted free agent who Forrester was able to develop because of his athletic profile. But even if Moss isn't able to learn center for San Francisco, he has a real opportunity to start at guard for them, maybe not this year, but next year. He really is just so athletic at making his way up to the second level that I love his way he seals his hips routinely there. He executes phenomenal hook blocks. On top of that, because he's not the biggest offensive lineman, he's able to use his height, or I should say maybe like lack of height, he only comes in at 6'3", to his advantage. He's able to get underneath bigger defensive linemen's pads and then drive them down the field. It's kinda impressive given how small he is. Tied directly to this is his ability to double team defensive linemen up to the second level. I love how he waits until the last second to break off the defensive lineman before making his way up to the linebacker because he does have the athleticism to do it. It helps out the guard or center that he's blocking with. Now moving into Moss's pass protection, because of his athleticism, he does an excellent job of resetting the pocket, which is something Kyle Shanahan routinely does in his offense, and I also love his ability to go out and set screens. With that being said, there are some reasons to be concerned about Moss as a player, with probably one of the most notable just being his lack of size. Not only is he not the biggest offensive lineman, he also has relatively short arms coming in at 32 inches, so he can get a little grabby at times. I also think it's fair to question how he'll hold up against NFL talent, specifically in his weight and strength. While he was phenomenal over the course of his collegiate career, he wasn't facing SEC level talent. But ultimately, headed into his rookie campaign, if he's able to outcompete Connor Kobe, show he's the better offensive guard this season, I expect him to make San Francisco's 53-man roster. But if he doesn't, he'll be a developmental piece they try to sneak onto the practice squad. I think eventually he'll be a real nice player for them. But these are just my thoughts on the extremely intriguing Drew Moss, and I'd like to hear your thoughts down below. Do you think he'll make San Francisco's 53-man roster as a rookie, or more so just be a developmental piece? It would also mean a ton to me if you could like and subscribe, and as always, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day.